Hello everyone, my name is Sakshi and welcome back to the video. In this lecture, we'll be discussing about top 100 MCQs for what? For discrete mathematics. I have been already covered the theory part, okay? So in this lecture, we'll be discussing about the MCQs, okay? So we have question number 1, that is a set containing no element. A set containing no element is called what? Empty set. That means if we don't have any element, that is called the empty set. Okay. Next question we have question number next we have question number 2. We have a set having a limited number of elements called finite set. Okay. That is also called as a countable. That you can actually count. Okay. Next question number 3 we have if we A equal this, B equal this, then A union B is what? So basically union gives kind of addition. Addition means it just give all the values 1 2 3 4 5 6, but repetition is not allowed. 1 2 3 4 5 will give, okay. And intersection will give you the common things, okay. So what is the common? 1 2 3 2 3 4 2 3 is common, so that will give you 2 3, okay. Next question will be moving the number of subset of a set having an element is to the power n. N is what? Number of elements. So basically if we have set this set this set A have 3 elements. So if you find out its own subset, you will be finding it to the power n means 8 subset you will be finding, okay. Next number question we have the power set of A is equal to this. So basically what is power set? I have okay, I'm telling you what is power set. Power set is a set of subset, okay. So if you find out the subset of this, so you will be finding to the power 2, that is 4, and inside this you will see these 4 are called subset, okay, subset of the same A set, okay. And then create a set of all subset called the power set. So here you will see a set means the curly braces is created, okay. So just create a set of all subset, that will become power set, okay. Cartesian product is means ordered pair, okay. Ordered pair means orderly, you have to make its pair, like if it is A cross B, then first write element of A and comma B, like that, okay. If A number of A equal to number of B equal 3, then A cross B, that Cartesian number of Cartesian product, how many you will be getting, just multiply the first ones, that much element you will be getting if you find out its Cartesian product, okay. So you will be getting 6, or relation from A to B is the subset of A cross B, okay. A relation R on a set is reflexive if reflexive is a process, first process, reflexive, uh, reflexive, symmetric, and transitive, okay. So in the reflexive 1 comma 1 A comma I belongs to real number for all A, okay. For all R belongs to capital A, that is basically a set, okay. Symmetric is A comma B, then B comma A also belongs, okay. Transitive means if A comma B belongs to real number, B comma C belongs to real number, then A comma C also belongs to this real number. If it is a set of real number, otherwise it actually depends, okay. A function is a relation in which every input has many output, no. Every output has one input, no. Every input has exactly one output. That is called the function, okay. A one function is also called as a injunction or injective function, okay. Onto function is also known as a surjection or surjective, okay. The inverse of exponential is called logarithmic function, okay. Next question we have, that is equal to this. This is 2. Why 2? Because you can write down this thing 10 the power 2. So if base is similar to this 10, then it will equal to 1, and this 2 comes here. This 2 comes before log, okay. So 2 into 1 is equal to 2, okay. E the power x is an example of what? Exponential function, okay. A group having finite number of elements is called what? Finite set. A group having infinite number of elements called infinite set. A group is called abelian. So when a group is called abelian when A equal A, B equal B, A. Like if you find out some operations, first do this, then it is associative actually. Okay. Identity element in a group satisfy both, like first and second, AE and EA equal A. Okay. An element A inverse is called inverse. Okay. A subgroup is a subset which itself form a group. A cyclic group is generated by one element. Okay. Basically in the cycle group we have a generator. Okay. Permutation group deals with rearrangement of numbers called the permutation. Okay. Homomorphism preserve operations. Isomorphism means one morphism. Homomorphism. Isomorphism from group to itself called the automorphism. Okay. A field is a commutative ring with multiplicative inverse always. Okay. Integer under addition form A. Integer under addition form A, both group and ring. Okay. A statement which is always true called the tautology, and a statement that is always false called the contradiction, and a statement which is not false or true, like some sorts of element are true, some sorts of element are false, that called the contingency. Okay. Contingency. So logical and is called what? And is called conjunction or is called disjunction. This is this is and. Okay. This is and. Or is called a disjunction. Disjunction is represented as this symbol. Negation is represented as this symbol. Negation means like A, if we have A, then A negation of what? U minus A. Like it works like a complement. Okay. An implication P arrow Q, P is called what? P is antecedent. Okay. The converse of P arrow tends to Q is Q tends to P. Converse means just reverse the value. Okay. The contrapositive of P tends to Q is negation of Q tends to negation of P. Reverse it and then inverse it. This is what called contrapositive. Converse is easy. That is reverse. This is reverse. This is reverse and inverse. Okay. And then when they're asking you reverse is this. Inverse of this would be the negation of P tends to negation of Q. Reverse would be P negation P and tends to Q. Contrapositive is called both operations applied at the same time called the contrapositive. CNF stands for what? Conjunction normal form. So we have DNF, CNF also, conjunction normal form, disjunction normal form. Okay. Predicate calculus deals with variable and quantifier. Okay. Universal quantifier is denoted by for this. The symbol represent for all, and the symbol represents for there exist. Okay, existential, not for all. This for the limited ones. Existential quantifier is denoted by there exist. Okay. There exist, and then some sorts of conditions are given over there. A class consists of vertices and edges. Okay. Graph actually consists, right? A graph without loop and multiple edges is called what? Simple graph. So a simple graph doesn't contain any loop and multiple edges. A graph having multiple edges is called what? Multigraph. And what is pseudograph? I'm telling you, pseudograph also containing It's containing multiple as well as it's containing loop also. Okay, so this is here you can see there's a graph containing loops in called pseudographs. In the pseudograph, loops and multiple edges possible. Okay, in the multigraph only multiple edges is possible. In the simple graph, no multiple edges, no loops is allowed. Okay. In a bipartite graph, vertices are divided into two disjoint sets. That is not exactly related to each other. Okay. A complete bipartite graph is denoted by KMN. Okay. Handshaking lemma states that sum of the degree equal to twice number of edges. Okay, so this is called the handshaking lemma. You have to add the degree of all the vertices, and then you have to just equal to the twice number of edges. Okay, degree of a vertex means number of adjacent edges. Okay, adjacent edges are coming to this vertex called the degree of vertex. A walk with no repeated edge is called trail. Okay, a path with same starting ending vertex is called cycle. Okay. A connected acyclic graph is called tree. I think tree has been very easy topic. A graph with all vertices connected to each other is called complete graph. Okay. So in the complete graph, a graph with all vertices connected to each other. I'm just showing you the example over here. This is vertex. Okay. This is vertex 2. This is vertex 3, and again this is vertex 4. What is connected graph? I'm just showing you. Okay. I'm just showing you what is complete graph is. This is a connected graph. Connected graph means there exists a single path to travel. Like I can travel this path from, if I want to reach this vertex, I can go either from this side or this side. So connected, this is called connected. So if I have this only, this is not a connected graph. Okay, so complete graph, I'm telling you, complete graph is a graph with all vertices connected to each other. So this is called the complete graph. Okay, so that means if you want to visit any vertex from here, you can visit directly. This is called a complete graph. Okay, let's move to the next topic. Next question we have, disaster algo is used for shortest path. Finding out the shortest path, this is disaster algo is used. Okay. Eulerian graph contain what? Euler circuit. Okay. Okay. A graph is Eulerian if every vertex has even degree. Okay. This is the definition actually. This is the condition of being a graph Eulerian. Okay. Fleury's algo is used to find out Euler path. Okay. Chinese postman problem is used to find out the minimal minimum traversal. The shortest path also, like you can find out the minimal traversal we have to do how we using postman problem. Okay, so that you can visit less number of edges actually. Okay, Hamiltonian path visits what? Every vertex once. Okay, traveling salesman problem is related to shortest possible route. A tree with n vertices contain n minus 1 edges. Okay. A spanning tree contain all vertices. Kruskal algo is used for minimum spanning tree. Okay. Prim's algo find out in MST. The next question number of a spanning tree in a complete graph Kn is given as by n the power n minus 2. Okay. Connectivity of a graph means all vertices are reachable. Okay. From a given vertex. A disconnected graph what? More than one component. 69 question we have the maximum distance between vertices in a tree is called diameter. Okay. The minimum eccentricity among vertices is called radius. Okay. A ring is a set with what? Two operations. Plus and multiply. Okay. Ring is what? Plus and multiply will call the ring. Okay. Additive and multiplicative process actually will happen over here. Which of the following is not a graph type that is hyperbola? Okay, because multigraph, pseudograph, simple graph are the types of graph. Okay, I have been already explained this thing. In a complete graph with n vertices, degree of each vertex is what? Degree of n vertices n minus 1. Okay. Number of edges in a complete graph is n into n minus 1 by 2. A null graph contains no edges. Okay. A simple path contains no repeated vertices. Okay. In a tree, there exists exactly one path between two vertices. A leaf node in a tree has degree of 1. Okay. Always a leaf node contain degree 1 and root have degree of 0. Okay. A complete complement of a graph Z contain what? Complement of a Z graph contain missing edges of G. Which structure is a acyclic? Tree is a acyclic connected graph. Okay. Which of the following is universal set symbol? This is universal. This is universal. This is intersection. This is proper subset symbol, and this is a null set. Okay, this is a null set symbol. Next question we have, if A is a subset of B and B is a subset of A, then what? A equal B. Okay, but that doesn't happen in the proper subset format. They can't be equal. Okay, the difference of set A and B is written as A minus B. This is also called as A but not B. Okay, the complement of A is represented by A dash or A bar also. Sometimes we represent it. Okay. De Morgan's law for set is what? A union B whole intersection is the intersection and intersection A A union B whole complement A complement intersection B complement A intersection B complement A complement union B complement. Both are De Morgan's law. De Morgan's theorem. Okay. The cardinality of a set means what? Number of elements. So how many number of elements you have, this called the cardinality of the particular set. Okay. If A equal this, B equal this, A cross B contain what? 6 elements. Why 6 elements? Because you have to find out the cardinality of this element is 2. Okay. And for this element is 3. So just have to multiply 2 into 3. That's called a 6. Okay. Next question, which relation is both symmetric and anti-symmetric? So now you're thinking what to equality relation. Equality relation is symmetric and anti-symmetric. Symmetric is what? Symmetric is A comma B belongs to R, then B comma A also belongs to R. But in the antisymmetric, what will happen? If A comma B belongs to R, B comma A belongs to R, then A comma B will be equal to the 0. They might be equal to each other, equal B. Okay. A relation which is reflexive symmetric transitive called equivalence relation. Sometimes they'll asking you check whether the relation is equivalence or not. Then you have to just check out reflexive, symmetric, and transitive problem. If they satisfy these three properties, they might not, I mean, not might be, they are surely equivalence relation showing. Okay, they'll show for sure. Okay, a partial order relation is what? Partial order means they are reflexive, transitive, but anti-symmetric. Okay. What is anti-symmetric is? So basically in the symmetric, what happened? A comma B belongs to R, B comma A also belongs to R. Okay. But in anti-symmetric, if A comma B belongs to R, B comma A belongs to R, then A equal B. This is called anti-symmetric. Okay. Many one mapping means what? Many input, one output. Okay. Identity function map every element to itself. A constant function has what? Same output for all inputs. Okay. The base of natural log is E. Okay. Log A1 equal to 0 because it's a constant. Exponential function grows rapidly, and exponential function is a inverse of what? Logarithmic function. Okay. Closure property in group means what? AB belongs to group. Okay. So basically, what is closure property? Let me explain you this thing. So if you have a set A, this is A. Okay. and we have 0 1, here it is comma, okay, comma, this is comma, okay. If we have 1 2 if we have 1 2 3 and we are checking for plus symbol, okay. So closure property shows that if 0 plus 1, if I add 0 plus 1, I'll get 1. 1 is there. 1 should be also belongs to this group, okay. So this is called a closure property. A comma B belongs to this. Then A comma B belongs to this group also, okay. Which property is necessary for a group? So all of these: closure, associativity, identity, and inverse, okay. The identity element under addition is 0, okay, and 100% we have identity element under multiplication is 1, and for the addition is 0. 0 is for what? Addition. 1 is for multiplication. Let me show you this thing also, okay. Wait a second. So basically for the multiplication it is asking, okay. Multiplication, this will give what? This will give you 1, okay. This will give you 1, and once you add what you have to add, then that you will get 0. Then you must add minus of a, okay. That actually will give you what? 0, okay. So this is for addition, this is for multiplication. So this is asking you that which identity element is under multiplication, okay. So under multiplication is what? 1, okay. So you have to just take the 1. If it is asking for the addition, then you have to do this one, okay. So that's all on this lecture. We have done with 100 questions, okay. Part 2 is coming soon, so no need to worry at all. So yeah, thank you so much for watching the video. Do like, subscribe the channel. Thank you so much.